中国才女在国外演讲。
场景一
In China, visa, because every year you have to renew. You never know if sometimes one day they won't let you renew it. Anything else is okay.
Air pollution. For reals. Like, I mean, I've been sick many times this year because of the air pollution in Beijing. It hasn't been that bad actually during the winter and stuff, but yeah, I feel like it's actually like a health concern. Like it's major and it's crazy.
Have you ever felt discriminated against or uncomfortable in public space because you are a foreigner?
No, I didn't have this problem. I mean, in terms of the pricing of things, maybe prices were higher for me than they would have been. When we've traveled, sometimes I'll let my husband go in first and ask to see what the price is, and they'll hide around the corner.
场景二
怎么嫁给了一个中国小伙呢？
我不是故意的爱上我的老公，
不是故意的，那是一个巧合。
我做留学生的时候，我想学习一点中国的文化，所以我开始学习武术。
学习武术、功夫。等一下，学习武术跟找老公有什么联系？听一下。
然后我去上课，然后我上了几节课，我开始非常喜欢我的老师。
哇，喜欢自己的功夫老师，所以你的先生就是你的老师。
是的。
你们两个是谁追的谁？
其实是我追的。
你追的你先生。哇！
我还记得我有一个早上，我还有差不多6个星期在中国。然后我一个早上洗澡的时候，我想如果今天没办法和他聊天，我就放弃，因为马上要回国。但是那个晚上来上课的时候，有另外一个同事，他打我的鼻子。
场景三
In 2016, it's $55,736. Then I look on my own checking account balance, $0. Because several days before that, I got rejected by Harvard Business School, and I didn't know where to go after I graduated. I cried like a baby at that night, and my boyfriend told me, "Hey, it's not the end of the world. You still have options. You have job offers and graduate school offers. It's all good." I replied, "But that's not what I want." He said, "Then what you want exactly?" Right, what do I want? I asked myself. Since I started my journey at Syracuse, I've been planning every step of my life. What classes to take next semester, what internship to apply next summer, and what major I should declare. Everything works perfectly within these 4 years, except my plan to go to Harvard.
场景四
红包，用红包。
对，中国不光婚礼用红包，中国的
所有的都是红包，钱都是红包里面。
但是韩国的婚礼是白色的，
我们基本上都是用白色的。
白色的
奇怪吗？
当然奇怪，在这肯定不奇怪，因为文化差异。
我们谈恋爱的时候呢，我感觉得到他很爱国家，然后他很骄傲，他是一个中国人，然后他很热情的给我解释中国的文化呀、什么语言啊、历史啊这样的。虽然他历史什么的学的没那么好，还有就是中国文化其实真的是博大精深。这几年来，中国的我的家人还有那些邻居们、我的朋友们对我的关心还有爱，他们就是我需要帮助的时候，什么困难的时候，他们真的很热情的来帮我因为他们，我现在深深的感觉得到，中国也是。
场景五，
如果我们自己不爱这个国家，我们就完蛋了。绝对要讲点孝心。我说我郑强同志苦口婆心的把你们高分子把知识教了你们，让你们过2天到美国去，然后那个岛。
场景六，
可以，你要大杯中杯。大杯的去冰西杯。你好，21元。
没有支付宝，没有微信支付，我们用现金支付。 师傅真屌。
微信收款成功
看他们用手机支付。
对，出现。
场景7。
The China of today, if you compare them, they're almost incomparable. In fact, this area behind me, the CBD, did not exist only a few years ago. Certainly didn't exist when I moved here. I would probably be sitting inside a field or a farm. But China has changed quite a bit, and I think a lot of people cannot appreciate that the China of the past is not the China of today. The insults hurled, the degradation, the accusations, they might have landed.
场景8。
反正我从来没有学过中国的历史，因为其实，在英国你学不到中国历史，我就觉得大家可能都是骑自行车，然后因为我记得我有一次看了一个新闻。然后大家都是穿那个蓝色的衣服大家都是骑自行车我还以为我到了中国就会这样。
50、60年代的那个
，50、60也有70年代也是。
但是其实也要说，对外国人对中国的印象，真的是这10年发生了很大的改变。因为当时我来中国，当时我告诉我爸，我在大学的时候学中文，我爸非常反对。他说中国是发展中国家，他说你学就是对不起哈大家哈，他说中国是发展中国家，你学这个语言没有用处，你学这个语言没有用处。然后当时我记得当时我告诉了我美国那边的朋友要去中国，他们说小心，很危险。怎么样是吗？
都会这么说？没有，
不，在我们国家，我是说我的朋友当时会觉得会跟姜老师的想法，但是什么时候开始有改变？而且什么时候开始有改变？是2008年有奥运会的时候，那个时候我记得很清楚，我的父母会开始向自己的朋友说，我的女儿在中国。
场景9。
Our sentiment and attachment to our families. But as a matter of fact, in China, almost everything can be solved over a round table. The marriage vows between a loving couple, the mourning of the deceased, the negotiations between business partners, and a state banquet to another president from another country can all happen on a same round table. So I started to wonder, what is this round table to us? What it has been doing to us? And its true significance starts to unfold in front of me. The food on the table may change with time. The people sitting beside it may come and go. The reasons why we come together may be various, but the sensation behind it remains year after year the same. And that is our tolerance of different people, our willingness to embrace different culture and artistic forms, our care and love and respect for not only our family, but also for our community, our nation, and even the whole world. In less than 2 months, an annual epic migration will take place in China. Hundreds of people, men and women, young and old, the rich and the poor, the dead, like my grandpa, and the alive, will find a way to go back home and go to the round table to reunite with their families. The power that drives them to do so has been the power that has been sustaining Chinese civilization for thousands of years. And the lives of us, or even the history of our nation, have been the stories of looking for or rounding to the round table to which we belong.
场景10。
Life passes by very quickly, and all my planning makes me want focusing on the future and not enjoy the present. Therefore, I've decided to give up planning and enjoy my life in its most simple ways. Wake up in the morning, see the sun shining through me.
场景11。
Safety. I think that here I feel more safety than maybe in the United States that I've been last year.
Extremely safe, I would say. I think it's probably safer than England, to be honest. In England, there's a lot more street violence. there's big problems at the moment with acid and knife attacks in the UK. I don't see any evidence of that happening here.
Public safety, I think, is probably the safest place in the world right now, in my opinion. Kind of a night shift in Paris, and there's some parts of Paris you can't really go to because you don't want to risk yourself being robbed. Or in Beijing with so I feel way more safer walking in the streets at 3 a.m. without being scared at all.
The town I used to live in, you constantly hear gunshots and police.
场景12。
为了所谓的老外生活，就会爱上这个国家，不想离开。中国人对老外一般是比较友好热情，老外在生活上有困难的话，很容易找到中国人帮忙。而且还有个事情，就是有一些中国人是很喜欢外国人的长相。可能就是因为审美观也稍微不一样。我来自欧洲，我们这个大洲在高科技领域已经跟不上节奏了，因此我们欧洲人第一次到中国就会非常欣赏中国的高科技，从网购到手机支付到共享车等等，这些事情都会让生活方便很多。体验了之后再回到欧洲原来的那个状态就很难了。第四个
场景13。
My mother, who is and will ever be my heroine, was the only figure who guided me, provided for me, and kept me on the right track in a hope for the better life. I owed her so much, as she is solely responsible for a huge part of my success. I will always remember her teachings, to complain less and always find solutions at the price of whatever it takes, which brought me to China, an ancient land of new hopes. During the COVID-19 outbreak, I got the best opportunity to understand China. I have never seen such a collective dedication from a nation, turning things for the better by sacrificing.
场景14。
The future. Covered with the latest 5G technology, the bridge will meet users with high-speed internet access, high-definition voice calls, VR, AR, and other 5G applications. Not only that, it's the tallest highway and railway bridge in the world. On its upper level, it carries a 6-lane expressway. On its lower level, it carries a 4-railway track with a design speed of up to 200 kilometers per hour. Not only the most beautiful suspension bridge in the world, crossing a valley so wide it seems to be connecting 2 mountain ranges. It is also the world's highest tunnel-to-tunnel bridge, towering 336 meters high from deck to water. In 2019, a super project of a new era has been completed, the double-deck suspension bridge.
场景15。
All the time in the political system, we fix problems here and there. But I said, the problem is the United States. Your political system was a product of pre-industrial era. And I made a forecast. I said, without significant, substantial political reform, my concern is, in your next elections, you will produce a leader worse off than George W. Bush.
Yes. So then, so it was you, it was not the Russians.
Yeah. So this is the Chinese humble advice we can offer. But China is a civilizational state. I remember when Henry Kissinger wrote his famous book on China, he started with this quote. He said, my goodness, look at this China. It's different. China, you this.
场景16。
8,000 people in 1985, that's now almost the same size as Hong Kong. And yet, despite its population of 7.4 million people, most of us would probably confess that we've never heard of it. It's a story that's repeated time and time again with massive cities across this vast country. And it speaks to the insane urbanisation of this emerging superpower over the past 30 years. Quick, sustained, on a huge scale, and all happening while other countries were distracted with their own problems. These are the massive Chinese cities you've never heard of yet. %60% of China's 1.4 billion citizens now live in cities, but it wasn't always like this. With some of the most productive agricultural land in the world, the population used.
场景17
And I didn't know where to go after I graduated. I cried like a baby at that night, and my boyfriend told me, "Hey, it's not the end of the world. You still have options. You have job offers and graduate school offers. It's all good." I replied, "But that's not what I want." He said, "Then what do you want exactly?" Right, what do I want? I asked myself. Since I started my journey at Syracuse, I've been planning every step of my life. What classes to take next semester, what internship to apply next summer, and what major I should declare. Everything works perfectly within these 4 years, except my plan to go to Harvard. But thankfully, this experience made me awake. I realized life passes by very quickly, and all my planning makes me want focusing on the future and not enjoy the present. Therefore, I've decided to give up planning and enjoy.
真的很大，我觉得这个机场啊，有一种很国际化的感觉耶。Preview